This is Ian with Build Brothers. Going to go ahead and do my digital inspection here at 6125 Avenorra Drive in La Mesa. Going to start here underneath the eaves, and what we see here underneath the eaves is that it looks like the fascia, which is the 2x8 piece of wood on the exterior, or as the trim, was replaced with the roof in place. And we can tell that because the drip edge is a little piece of metal painted the same color as the fascia, has really been manipulated and bent out of the way, and there's a lot of kind of damage to that, and typically that tells us that they tried to replace the fascia with the roof still intact. Very challenging to do so without causing that damage. Also, it's created this big gap between the stuccoed eave and the fascia, and that's pretty consistent throughout the home. These screened off vents are actually a good sign. The home has really good intake ventilation up into the attic. We want that good intake ventilation to make sure our attics stay cool in the summertime and dry in the wintertime. We see how far the shingles are installed past the drip edge. Manufacturer recommends about 1/4 to 1/2 inch there. We've got looks like over 1 inch in most places, and that has created that kind of bending of the shingles, which is unsightly and kind of unfortunately breaking them down faster than they should. Let's go ahead and jump up there and take a look at what we see. We've got an architectural asphalt shingle, appears to be about 25 years old. We do see some wear and tear, and in general, you know, I would say that this roof, if installed properly, would last another 5 or 8 years, just kind of a guesstimate. But we start to see some issues that jump out at us. So here's a shingle seam here, here's another one here, and here's another one here. We call that stacking the seams. There should really be about 4 shingles between each seam. And so what we should see is a seam here, a seam here, seam here, seam here. And so there's actually 5 shingles between each seam. So there is potential for leaks to happen with it installed that way. And then I start to think that maybe it was not installed professionally, considering that issue combined with the shingle overhang down there. There is only one layer. Most of the flashings look good, except for the weatherhead down here. And it looks like this was the original one, was never removed, and this one was added. I see some flashing issues on the original one, and then obviously some flashing issues on the new one. So I would expect to find some wood repair when we open that up. Little repair attempt there. We get over onto the south side where the solar's installed, and the shingles are in much worse condition. We got a lot of granule loss, a lot of exposed fiberglass. Anywhere where you see those little shiny pieces on the roof, that's exposed fiberglass in the shingles themselves. Solar install looks, for the most part, professional. I don't like using unistrut bolted directly to the roof. We can see the issues that are created there. That should be properly secured with the flashing. This is a nice solar system. No concerns regarding the solar. Over here we've got this big old area where it looks like there was actually kind of a manufacturer defect in the shingle, and so it's broken down a lot faster. And so once I see this, I don't think this roof at the most could survive another 5 years. Come over here to the fireplace chimney, and there are all kinds of major issues. Not sure why there's nails in those cracks, but the top should be sealed. And then looks like this was never flashed properly, and so every time it rains, water's been running down behind that flashing there. We'll go ahead and create another video for the detached garage. That roof definitely has some issues as well.